Welcome to the Oracle Hypnosis podcast. My name is Amanda, and I'll be your hypnotist today. If you can hear the dog snoring in the background, please forgive my sweet old guide dog. She always loves to be near me, and I wanted to make sure I got this recording out for you guys today. It's important to me to be consistent with you. So today's podcast is about trust, self-trust, and how hypnosis can help rewire the brain for self-trust through habitual, repeated patterns. Oftentimes, in order for a pattern to change, it has to be interrupted, the thought process around it, or the usual things that are done. And in hypnosis, part of this is interrupting that pattern and giving it a different perspective. If you think about this, if you've ever changed something in your life, for good or for bad, let's say, everyone knows routine has a lot to do with it. Let's say you're a coffee drinker, as I am, and you want to switch to tea because you feel it's better for you, maybe less caffeine or less expensive, whatever the reason may be for the example. It may be very difficult to change that pattern if you do the same exact thing every day. And going to the coffee pot, making your coffee, pouring your cup of coffee, sitting down with your coffee. And it's a ritual, it's a habit. And the pattern interrupt might be changing the placement of where you get your morning drink. So instead of having the coffee maker out, you might put the coffee maker away and bring out the kettle and buy teas that are interesting and have a lot of novelty or variety, things you genuinely like. And instead of going straight to the coffee pot, you fill up the water in the kettle. And maybe that becomes the new habit. There is a pattern interrupt. It's always important in hypnosis to trade one habit for another, even if the other habit is something small and perhaps something that may not even be initially noticed. It's usually done subtly in such a way that it feels natural, because anything that you're going to change in your life needs to become your identity, because who you identify as is who you become. And that really ties into self-awareness and self-trust. And this isn't about a rigid mindset or perfection. It's about the trust outweighing the uncertainty. So, for example, with the tea reference or the tea example, you may have tea 3 or 4 days out of 7, and that's showing movement towards positive and powerful change. And that is the goal. And every time in this example you choose tea over coffee, you're showing yourself that you're capable of choosing tea over coffee, even if you only do it one time. That one time makes a difference, because no longer is it a mystery to your subconscious. No longer is it a possibility, but it is a behavior that's had an action and a result. So even if you've gone to the gym once, your brain knows that you can go to the gym. It has a physical reference to an action you've taken in the past that has built trust in your ability to do that behavior. So it's not about being perfect or getting it right every single time. It's about establishing a memory of trust in one's decisions. And it's positive because in the subconscious state, your hypnotist can say, bring up a time or a memory when you drank tea instead of coffee. Now let's amplify that memory and that good feeling and that trust in oneself. And then every time you receive tea instead of coffee, let's say with your order at the cafe, a feeling of satisfaction will come over you, especially if you've tied it to hypnosis, because the tea has become the anchor that anchors the behavior, that establishes the habit, and that reinforces the self-trust. So I hope you guys have found this helpful and interesting. And before we start the hypnosis session of the podcast, I want to give a shout out to my Patreons, subscribers. You guys are amazing, and I am grateful for your support. And to everyone out there listening, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, maybe leave me some comments about your experiences with hypnosis and how it's affected you. I'd love to hear your stories. Okay, now find a place where you will remain uninterrupted for the hypnotic portion of this podcast. Please be sure not to operate any machinery or be driving during the hypnosis portion of this podcast. Hypnosis is not a replacement for medical professionals, psychiatrists, or psychologists. Please be sure you're comfy and cozy and take this time for yourself. Think of one place in your life where you would like to establish self-trust. And we will bring that into the subconscious to create patterns, behaviors, and situations that build that relationship of self-trust with oneself. Breathing in all the way to your toes. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Allowing this time for oneself. Noticing in the body anywhere where there is tension, overthinking, anxiety, or stress. And without judgment, simply focus for a moment on those places in the body where the discomfort lives. Very good. Now, with a neutral feeling, observe as if you have stepped back and are simply an observer of these places. Give them a color. Amplify that color. And start to notice the places where that color begins. And breathe in to those places. And as you breathe out, visualize or imagine the color changing to a beautiful color you love. With every breath in, that color brightens, becomes more vivid, more beautiful. And with every breath out, the ugly color fades and fades and fades some more until it is completely faded and gone. And as you're listening to my voice, any background sounds are simply the sounds of everyday life, and you can turn them down, down, down. And when you focus on my voice, you are focusing on your new identity, on who you are, on the bright color that washes through oneself, removing any blocks, anxieties, or stresses, known and unknown. And if you can allow this, nod your head. Very good. And as you drop deeper, so comfortably, easily, naturally, the breath evens and deepens. I wonder if you can notice a warm feeling of comfort radiating up through the toes and all the way to the top of the head. Perhaps it's a warm vibration of positive energies. And in a moment, but not just yet, we will bring forward the subconscious mind and allow it to rewire patterns to positive change, habitual, positive, natural change, a comfortable change, an easy change. a desired change. All is well, isn't it? Yes, it is. Breathe it in and breathe out again. Do you think you're in trance? How would you know? Are there things you know and things you don't? Have you ever thought about the things you don't know and would like to? Liking to know is the beginning of change. Yes. And I wonder what else the subconscious would like the conscious mind to know. Perhaps it is easy to know likable things, for within the knowing is the positive change. Breathing in and breathing out. Your subconscious mind is very powerful. Allow it to show you through images, through thoughts, through feelings, the places where your self-trust can easily, naturally, and comfortably be amplified, more firmly established, and repeated. Take a moment and allow whatever comes to mind to be integrated. Make sure you've got it all. Look in the corners. Really find all the places where self-trust can be more firmly established, grounded, and repeated. And one may find, if one allows for the finding, the establishing, the trust is easy, repeatable, and comforting. And every time one of these positive changes happens, a sense of self-love, satisfaction, and comfort will grow and spread within the mind and the body. And every time the pattern is repeated, the feeling will be more established, grounded, and repeatable. Breathing in and breathing out, allowing, agreeing to allow positive, powerful, present changes to the highest good of all. Now, in a moment, but not just yet, you will open your eyes to the conscious state. But first, take your left hand and place it over your heart and breathe in self-trust. And every time your hand touches your heart, you will remember that you are worthy of love and trust, that you are enough and that all is well. Very good. Zero, going deeper, locking in all positive associations to powerful change. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoy being your hypnotist. Please like, subscribe, comment, and if you like, support me on Patreon. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I appreciate you joining me at Oracle Hypnosis today.